Hello race fans, welcome back to Garden Canyon Run, the summer round robin. This is the final round, this is round 15, this is the conclusion of the entire summer tournament. You guys ready to wrap this thing up? Summer beat us, summer finished first, but we're still here, we're going to get this thing done. It's been an exciting tournament, there's been 16 cars, every car's had a chance to race every other car. This is the final round where you get to wrap it all up. It's Matthew's tournament to lose here. Snakes is still in it. Mathematically, Snakes has a shot at this. Matthew will have to have a off day, and Snakes will have to have a really good day, but it's possible. It's going to be really exciting. We woke up to a cold and wet day with intermittent super bright sun and big puffy clouds. It's a terrible day to be racing a car, and let me tell you, I can't wait. This is going to be super exciting. And for those of you who are new, we have 2 runs per heat. We switch lanes in between runs. There's 8 checkpoints along the course. The first car of the 2 to cross the checkpoint fully gets the point. At the end of the 2 runs, most points wins. If you win, you get a bonus point for the win to add to your tally, and then that tally of points is what we're basing the championship off here. Alright, let's race, folks. Let's get to it. We're going to start with Kit KM. Drives for Gen X Vintage Racing. He's in World Machine, sitting on 34 points. He's up against Polaris, who drives for Alley Cat Race Club, in safety third. This is your number 15 car in Kit KM and your number 10 car in Polaris. And Polaris looks like they're going to take this. Polaris is trying hard to stay in the top 10. He's all tournament long, he's battled to get into that top 10 position and to stay there. And Kit is just trying to keep himself off of the bottom rung of the ladder. Here's another look at this where Polaris took that outside line and took a nice run out of turn 1. Got a little get turned around there at the top of the descent, but handled it nicely. Coming down across checkpoint 3 there. So 3-0 Polaris over Kit so far. Kit's had some trouble in turn 1 the whole tournament here. We're going to see Kit on the outside. We got Polaris on the inside. Kit's going to try to tie things back up here. It's not. Oh, it makes a pass with a lot of momentum, getting all the way down to the bottom end of the track. We'll have to see how the points worked out there, but Kit may just have tied that up, if not taken the lead there. Polaris winning the battle into turn 1. Kit right on his bumper. And it's right here where it puts the pedal down and makes that nice pass, taking the momentum all the way down to the bottom end of the track and tying things back up here. We got 5 points each. You can see that water all over the track there. At this scale, the water actually adds traction to the track. Alright, we got Polaris on the outside, we got Kit on the inside. It's a tight battle into turn 1. Looks like Kit's going to take this. Oof. And a little crash there for good measure. Right down past the crossing. You can see the escorts are back to support Kit. Here's another look at that tight battle into turn 1. Kit held that inside line and was looking pretty good until right there. And then here comes Polaris with speed right into the backside of Kit KM. Alright, well, here we go now. We're going to get to see if Polaris can hold that top 10 spot. Kit's moved himself up into the 14th spot provisionally. we're going to move along to our next set of cars. And this is going to be Xanthippe, who drives for just another pop culture reference in Rainbow Bright, and Durtis, who drives for Team Ragtag in Old Style. Durtis is down at the bottom rung of the ladder. Xanthippe is trying to see if she can't steal that top 10 spot away from Polaris. But man, Durtis is running away with it. I think finally Durtis is coming into his own in this track. After struggling the entire tournament. You can see Xanthippe ended up down there in the crowd. Here's another look at that battle in the turn 1. Durtis took it cleanly with a nice line. Got a little turned around before coming into the descent, but recovered well. Oof, there's Xanthippe getting thrown off the track. Yeah, man, Durtis, just not enough momentum to get past checkpoint 5 out there, so beautiful run though. Just another look at Xanthippe getting thrown off the track. Alright, run number 2, we're going to see Xanthippe on the inside, Durtis on the outside. Once again, Durtis on the outside line. 2 solid runs from Durtis. But you know what? I don't believe that's going to be enough points to lift him off the bottom rung of the ladder, so I believe we are looking at the red lantern of the tournament here, so to speak, the red light on the caboose, bringing up the rear of the pack. But man, Durtis has put on a great show for us here. Struggled as he might. I think Durtis will be the first one to tell you that the Garden Canyon Run is a cruel mistress of a track. Alright, next up we got Gretchen driving for Alley Cat Race Club in the number 29 Fair Lady Pink, up against Colin, who drives for Cut Baits Racing in that blue 06 Pontiac GTO. Gretchen's your number 14 car, Colin's your number 13 car. Actually, as of right now, Gretchen's your number 15 car. Ooh, Colin's looking pretty good. That's a spot on the track that Colin has struggled with, that third straightaway. Here's Gretchen left high and dry up on the second straightaway up top. Here's a look at that battle again. Gretchen had the wheel coming in there, but Colin took that inside line and held it, and with some really nice driving. Taking that reverse, there's another driver that just is convinced that reverse is the way to go down the descent. And there he is coming off the track there before checkpoint 4. Alright, we're going to see in run number 2 here, see if Gretchen can't even things back up. Gretchen's on the inside, Colin's on the outside. Gretchen looking pretty good coming out of turn 1. She gets a little help there from Colin. Carrying a lot of speed. Coming through Painter's Tape Gully, gets off track and can't cross checkpoint 4. But that does mean that we're going to have a tied up match here, tied up race between the two, 3 points each. We're going to go to a tiebreaker. There's another look at Gretchen in reverse coming down that descent with a lot of speed. She handles Painter's Tape Gully pretty good. She just gets off track there and can't get back on track. Alright, so for the moment she's moved back up right behind Colin into 14th spot. And we're going to see what we can't do here in this tiebreaker run. Right, Gretchen's on the outside, Colin's on the inside. And it looks like Colin's taking this. Yeah, another solid run for Colin. He's getting past the third checkpoint. He's not gonna. It's not a huge points haul, but it's enough to win the battle and to secure his spot above Gretchen on the leaders board. There's another look at that. Just a nice aggressive race in there by Colin. Thanks a lot for participating in the tournament there and bringing your car over. Really appreciate having you on the track. Alright, next up, we're going to see Nick Deavers, drives for ND Racing in the number 3 NASCAR, up against Ricky Rude, drives for Uncle Elvis Racing in the number 10 T-Bird. This is a matchup that I think we've all been waiting for, these two NASCARs head-to-head. We got Ricky on the inside, we got Nick on the outside. Nick's taking this one too. Oof! Recovering well. Oh, and with a ton of speed. Ricky coming from behind and getting all the way down to the finish straight, although he's not crossing checkpoint 6. But man, what an exciting battle. We're going to have to take another look here at Nick winning this outright out of turn 1, carrying a ton of speed, and just gets turn 2 all wrong. Coming down to descent, but recovers super well. But here comes Ricky. Look at the speed he's carrying. He makes a clean pass over top of Nick, and then look at that, cutting the corner, doing a barrel roll while cutting the corner at turn 4. Unbelievable. Ricky's been putting on a show all tournament long. If you haven't been following the tournament, go back and watch some of the earlier rounds and see just the show that Ricky's been putting on here. Alright, so that ties things up on 4 points each, and we're going to go to another tiebreaker round. We're going to go back up to the gate here, and this time we're going to see Nick on the inside, and we're going to see Ricky on the outside. Nick again with the hole shot. Oh! Ricky with an aggressive pass at the top of the descent. And that's 2 points for Ricky. So now this is going to tie things up on 4 points each. This is a super aggressive move from Ricky right at the top of that descent. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's got the eye of the tiger, and he is a killer out there on the track. Stylish skid to a stop to boot. Alright, so we're tied up on 4 points each, and we're going to go to a tiebreaker run here. We've got Rick on the outside, we got Nick on the inside. And oh man, Nick with a super speedy run out of turn 1. Wow, he doesn't get the descent right at all, but wow, what a brilliant line through turn 1. I think that's the fastest line we've ever seen through turn 1. Here's another look at that. Clips the inside corner and just beautifully carves that. He just beautifully carves that turn, hitting the apex exactly right. Oh man, and then just a terrible crash at the bottom of the descent there. Spectacular. Alright, next up, and we're going to move right along to the next set of cars. We got Dusty Olford driving for Spirit of 64 in the yellow Screamin' Holler, and we got Scooter Roundwell also driving for Spirit of 64 in that yellow Buick Stalker. This is your top team right here, folks. These two drivers together for Spirit of 64 are forming the highest points earning team of the entire tournament. And look at this, Dusty running away with this. Both of them ended up wheel side down. There's Scooter up on the second straightaway up top. Here's another look at one went down there. He had the whole shot and then just blew it. Dusty came by him here, saw his opportunity, and then carried a ton of speed down into Painter's Tape Gully. As you can see right there, and just had a dickens of a time recovering from that. Which is where we find him down there in Sports Car Corner, which looks like it's been taken over by some stock cars and a Fiero and Batman's Audi. Alright, run number 2. We're going to see Dusty on the inside, we got Scooter on the outside. See if Scooter can't come back onto terms here, but I don't believe so. It looks like Dusty's going to run away with this. Beautiful recovery in turn 4. And there he is getting past checkpoint 6. That's a beautiful run for Dusty. Is it enough to land them on the podium, though? I don't believe so. I believe that's going to take our top team and put them in a tie. They're both, how fitting is that? The two of these guys tied on at the 4th spot just off the podium on 85 points each. That's a beautiful job from both of them. Alright, next up we got Speedy G, one half the G4 Diecast Racing team, and Smiley 2. We got up against Leonardo driving for Diego's Diecast in that blue number 14 Porsche 911. Leonardo's trying to see if he can't get back into the top 10. And Speedy G losing it out of turn 1, opening the door for Leonardo. Let's see what he can make of this. Well, he's getting across checkpoint 4, but that is a messy run. He ends up on his roof. There's Speedy G on his roof as well. Speedy G has struggled with turn 1, as have many cars, but Speedy G he's either comes out of turn 1 with a ton of speed or on his roof, it seems like. But after that nice pass, there's another look at Leonardo. Getting flipped around there. Looks like kind of a low side coming out of Painter's Tape Gully. It is an uneven surface in there, and it really throws them around. You are going to see, after this tournament wraps up, we're going to do some track improvements, including Turn 1 and Painter's Tape Gully, that you'll be able to see in our next series, in our next race series, Top Cat, which is going to start in November. You can find out more about that in the description down below. Anyway, here we go in run number 2. We got Speedy G on the inside, we got Leonardo on the outside. Speedy G, once again, having trouble out of turn 1, but he recovers well, and we got a race on our hands here, folks. Speedy G passing Leonardo. Oh! But doesn't have the momentum to get past checkpoint 5. Oh, man. That was an exciting run. But you know what? Leonardo's going to take that. He's going to take that. He's going to get a point for the win on the round. There's another look at Speedy G struggling at turn 1 right there. Leonardo trying to come around, first on the outside, then on the inside. Right there, he takes that checkpoint 2 point, takes checkpoint 3, and then loses it once again coming out of Painter's Tape Gully, whereas Speedy G keeps it straight, collects checkpoint 4, and then skids to a stop. And with that, Leonardo takes the battle, but unfortunately that's not enough to get you into the top 10. Polaris is going to keep that spot. Thanks a lot. Alright, next up we got the other half of G4 Diecast Racing. This is Daddy G driving Smiley 1 up against Snakes for Rust Belt Diecast Racing, driving Filthy Animal. This is the winningest car on the track. Snakes has got 13 wins. He's trying to see if he can get up on the into that leader spot. And it's moves like that he might be able to do it with. Oh no! Disaster strikes for Snakes. Oh man, and there's Snakes down in what looks like a pot full with a celery stalk in it. Alright, here's that battle out of turn 1. It's a tight battle too. Daddy G pushes right past Snakes in a move recalling Ricky Rude up on the top section of track. Oh, and then he just gets a little bit off track there coming out of Painter's Tape Gully, gets his hind end caught out from behind him. Alright, looks like Tom, Dick, and Harry are going to get Snakes taken care of here because we got another run to do here. We got to get back up and see if Snakes can earn some points. Snakes was 12 points back from the leader, Matthew. So he's going to have to do something special here. And Daddy G just opened the door for him, and there's Snakes carrying some speed. Man, he gets all the way down on the finish straight, but you know what? It's a little too late, I'm afraid. It's a beautiful run, Snakes, who finally, on their last run of the tournament, made it down onto the finish straight for the very first time. And I believe you're making a pretty good claim on the second spot on the leaders board there, but that's not enough to get you up on that top spot. There's Daddy G losing it, coming out of turn 1 and opening the door for Snakes, who isn't going to let that go by. Beautiful job getting all the way down to the finish straight there, Snakes. Unfortunately, got a little off track there coming through checkpoint 6. So we're only able to get that first number 6 checkpoint there, not 7 nor 8. Beautiful job. Thanks for coming and participating, Snakes and Daddy G. Excellent job all the way around. And you know, that's just going to leave us with one set of cars here, folks. It's your current leader and your former leader battling it out. Matthew Deavers is driving Superman for ND Racing there, your current leader. He's got 106 points. Maxine Hunkel is driving for 503 Racing in Cyclone. Cyclone can't win this, is mathematically not possible. But she can take that second place away from Snakes. Ooh, man, she's going to have to do better than this. Alright, so Matthew took the whole shot, earned a couple points there, but neither of them with a very good run. Matthew ends up in the garden bed, almost taking out those hikers. And there we see Maxine up on the top straight, wasn't even able to get into turn 1. Not even a touch of wheels between the two cars there. Just unfortunate luck for Maxine. There's another look at Superman on his tumble. It's a really well-balanced car. You can see it ends up on his wheels so often. Alright, we got Matthew on the outside. We got Maxine on the inside. Maxine's trying real hard to get back on the terms here with Nick, and she's doing a great job of it. Oh, man. All the way down to checkpoint 8, but you know what? She very clearly hasn't crossed the checkpoint. She's not going to get that last point. Beautiful run there. Here's another look at that battle out of turn 1 with that inside line. Maxine just holds it, and it pays off coming down the descent. She handles a lot of speed coming through Painter's Tape Gully real nice. Turn 4, turn 5, and down the finish straight. She's got one thing on her mind, and that looks to be the flag on the left side of checkpoint 8. Beautiful job, Maxine. Alright, so that ties it back up here. We're tied up on 5 points. We get one more run to see if Maxine can't take out Snakes. And it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Matthew's running away with it here, and look at that. There's a fine example of how well balanced that car is. Superman. Beautiful job coming out of turn 1. Entry into turn 2, fantastic. You can see how well balanced this car is as it comes down the descent, and then as it gets off track, landing back on its wheels again. That's why you're the leader right there, Matthew. Excellent driving. A really well built car. Well balanced, fast. And you know what? That's going to bring us to a conclusion here. After an entire summer, we're finally going to give this prize package away right here. And after 15 rounds of racing, after all 16 cars have raced each other, here they all lined up in order, and here's your champion. That's Matthew Deavers of ND Racing, driving Superman. Excellent job. That was just, man, it's been so much fun bringing you this tournament. It's been absolutely my pleasure. Let's get all the points total up here and put up here so you can see the final standings. Matthew Snakes, Maxine, Scooter, Dusty, Daddy G, Ricky Rude, Nick Deavers, Speedy G, Polaris, Leonardo, Xanthippe, Colin, Gretchen, Kit KM, and Durtis all lined up in row. These are some courageous drivers right here facing this track. This is the most dangerous track in the Northwest. Thanks to all these teams. Thanks for sending your cars in. We really appreciate it, and thank you, folks, for coming along and watching. You know, we got another race series coming up here, starting in the fall, before the winter gets going. It's not going to be a tournament per se. It's going to be kind of a King of the Hill format. It'll be ongoing. There's a description down below, or there's information down below in the description if you want to send your cars in, or if you want to participate one way or the other. Well, I'm Brock Wheeler. It's been my pleasure to bring you the action all summer long. I look forward to doing it again in the future. Thanks so much, folks. We'll see you next time.